I forgot to test the audio. So, not going to be doing much of anything. Just going live to go live. But I did check my cameras, but I forgot to check my microphones. So, we're just going to cycle through, and then I'm just going to put it to auto cycle. So, microphone is working. Microphone is working. And microphone is working. So, again, not really doing anything. Oh, I don't like the writing over the border. Let me pause this. Let me fix it. This is actually on the border. Move it over a little. Move it over a little. There we go. Lock it down. And play. Yay. So I was going to go live. Well, I am live. I have zero topic. And I figured, you know what? Let's go back here. Let's modify this. Let's modify this. And get rid of this. I'm doing a little cleanup at the same time. Get rid of that. There you go. That way, you always see me, no matter what camera. There we go. And then we'll start it cycling again. So again, I have no topic. I have nothing. I'm just bored. And before I had a chance to go live, someone else went live. So I'm actually in their room modding. So just killing time. Was gonna do laundry, but someone's doing laundry already, so yeah. I mean, it's actually early for other people to be live right now, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Start changing my routine, hopefully tomorrow. Try to get some stuff done. 'Cause I am going to be flying out in a few weeks. So I need to. Why is YouTube playing stuff on my phone? Just stay sitting there. Don't distract me. What? Not even reading chat right now. The other live should be reading chat if I'm modding. Tell us about your family. Why would they tell you about their family? Some of these questions. I think I'm getting to the point where I might stop with some of these. Hey, Patrol. I remember you. What is going on? Figure I'll kill some time before everyone starts going live, but believe it or not, someone beat me. I play around with a lot of things. I was bored, so if you scan that QR code, I made that website. It was supposed to be a single event page, and then I just kept going and going. And then I actually attached it to a domain. And I mean, it's a generic website, but it is technically a website. So, yeah. And I might be building another one. Um, I wanted to add Jome and her flower stuff to this one. So currently, I did put like a test thing on this website from the QR code. But she's asleep right now. I want her to kind of get an idea of what I'm thinking, but she would have to help me design it and everything, and probably gonna build a generic, just like this, basic generic website for her. But if she wants to do a domain and all that, that's gonna cost a few bucks. I mean, it's not expensive, it's like $25 a year, $30 a year. Depends if the domain's available and stuff, but we could get creative with the domain. So I'm just gonna build her a basic, maybe 2-3 page website just for her to pass out and stuff. But it is more effective, in my opinion, if you have an actual domain and you don't have just the crazy URL that the website builders give you. And since I'm going to be going to the Philippines next month, if I meet up with her, I know she has a computer. I could, I believe, transfer the website over to her and just show her how to, edit it a little bit. That way she could update it and everything herself. Matter of fact, I think there's a way I could make her like an editor on the website, and I could probably just stay on as like the main controller or something. Well, there is a way that adds a large complexity. The easiest thing to do would be, if she wanted, is to embed like YouTube on the channel. I would have to see if it automatically updates or you have to like embed it every time before you go live. But it would just be like YouTube, but instead of you go to YouTube, you go to her website for it. So it's not going to be like a big thing if that's what you're talking about. Um, I don't know if you could put an actual like chat thing, but you could put like, I put a form on there. Like if you're gonna order flowers, I created a form so you can fill out the form. I could set it up to where you could click on it and it'll like let you email her if you have like orders and stuff, because it's all around the flowers. But an actual like messenger type thing, chat thing, I don't think it has that. It already has pictures and videos. I already uploaded pictures and videos to it. I don't remember, now that I'm thinking about it. Let me scan the QR code and find out. It's the easiest way. I don't think I have it blocked in any way. So, like right now, I'm scanning the QR code. If I do have it blocked, I can make it live. It's loading real slow on my phone. My phone sucks. My phone just crashed. Really? Really? You just crashed? Seriously? Let me close a few things. That was weird. I scanned the QR code and it's starting to load, and then the page crashed. All right. Okay. So if you scan it with your phone, I'm assuming that 3 or 4 lines on the left is how you'll navigate. It's there. So it's the homepage streamers, which would be Marianne and a bunch of them. Then custom flowers and baked goods. So when you hit on that, and for some reason it's loading real slow on my phone. And it doesn't help that all my cameras are switching around. So you'll see, pictures and stuff of the flowers. I added like if she had a short or something with the flowers. Okay, again, it's gonna keep changing cameras. Here, let me stop the cameras from moving around. Yeah, it's hard for me to show something when the cameras keep moving around. And then I just put like one or two of her shorts on there. But and let me see how it looks like with the navigation. Yeah. And then if you look at the navigation on the side, it's got another tab for the order form. And then you could literally fill out the form right there and then just send it. But I'm going to probably end up doing an actual completely separate website for her, not just pages on mine. Because she says she wants like her own website altogether. Um, what I think we could do, because again, she only basically does PayPal. What's going on, Drexler? I could put the link to her PayPal in the website, I believe, and then you would just like click on that and pay it. Trying to set up a payment on it, you probably have to build an actual website, like do your own website 100%. This is using a website builder. Oh yeah, I just made this QR code before I went live. um, yeah, I mean you could do a Flickr page, but I wanted to just like display it on the website because we are planning on creating an actual website just for her and her flowers. So when she wakes up, hopefully she sees my message. She sees the little mock up that I did attached to my website. And my idea is for her to come up with a name for the business. I'll see if the domain's available, how much it's going to cost. Probably sponsor it anyways because it's probably only going to be like $20 a year. Create the website, advertising and everything. Put a couple links in there like I have now, the form for you to order it and everything. And then PayPal, believe it or not, I never messed with it, but my PayPal account's actually a business PayPal account. So I could actually like send invoices and everything. So if we set up the form where you like email, she could email you an invoice and then you could pay that invoice and then you would get, I think, a receipt for your payment. So it's a little more, I guess, professional looking. That would take a little more, involvement and practice and stuff. And she would have to make sure she creates an actual business PayPal, I guess. But I think you're allowed to have one PayPal account, but it could be a personal one and a business. I think you're allowed to do both. And I don't know. But since she deals with PayPal, that's what we have to work with. But my business PayPal allows me to invoice people. So like I could legit, like all the girls that I've been sending money to, I could legit probably send them an invoice. And they'll probably be like, what is Victor billing me for? But yeah, the consultant ended up billing me an invoice. And when I went to pay it, it actually went right to PayPal and stuff. I'm like, oh. So I probably need to practice more and learn more about my PayPal business account. But she said something about she already has a single page something. So I don't know if she has like a Facebook page or something that she's using. But she did mention a website. Now, if you're going to try to get a website that's more of like a Philippines website, those domains are expensive. I would just do like a .com, .net, .sales or whatever domain would represent kind of like a store or something. I'm so used to .com. All of mine are .com. I didn't realize the QR code's going to be blocking that. Oh, I'm pretty sure there's multiple ways, and I mean, if it's just providing information, that could be on the website. Like for payment options, choose one or whatever. And then she could probably get back to them. Like if it's a whole email thing, which is to me is a good idea if you do that, because then you get a collection of emails to like I hate to use the word solicit, but like if she does a sale, she could like do a group email and say, hey, we're having a sale, blah 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 blah, 10% off. So I mean, it's a contact list. You build a contact list with emails and stuff. But I'm pretty sure there's a way. I don't think it has a way of linking payment, but you could probably link like your PayPal account. You could link probably your Gcash information. I don't know how much you could do with it. And Drexler, I'm just using Google Sites. I think it's called now. They call it Sites now. I'm just using Google. So anyone with a Gmail account could make a website. I'm actually using one Gmail account, and I created maybe 4 or 5 websites out of that one account. But right now, I'm in Janice's room. Should be paying attention and modding, but there's more mods in there. I'm just listening. I mean, Wise, for me, I think Wise is good. I mean, I could even convert to peso and get a better rate than with PayPal. 'Cause I think PayPal right now is at 55. I'll get 58 from Wise on my conversion. And now it seems like a lot of them are pushing to get Buy Me a Coffee. They already have PayPal. Why do they want to confuse themselves with Buy Me a Coffee? I don't know. Trying to understand others' logic is not easy for me. Why does this keep playing a stupid video when I'm not trying to watch videos? I'm just trying to see if people go live. YouTube is driving me nuts. But yeah. And I mean, with Valentine's coming up, it wouldn't hurt to have a basic little website. She's got to promote the shit out of it, though. And I mean, me personally, I love stuff like pointing the wrong way. I might be inverted, but I mean, you do stuff like this, and people could just scan it and go straight to your website and order and all that stuff. I kind of like that. I mean, I could even do a QR code that just goes straight to the document, the form, and then you just fill out the form, send it, and she contacts you with details or whatever. It all depends on how she wants to set things up. But to the best of my knowledge, I don't think it would have a payment option on it. Now, if you get a domain from something like GoDaddy, I think the last time I accidentally created a website right on GoDaddy, and it did have a live chat feature. But I think personally that'll be a pain in the butt for her, because then people start messaging her at all days and times, and I think she's doing pretty good with Messenger and however else people are contacting her, email. Yeah, yeah. Like if I wanted to right now, I could just do this. I didn't clean it up, but like right now, and I mean, I'm not gonna pipe the audio through. That'll take a little more work for me to reroute the audio. But I mean, as long as I'm here and I'm talking, it's like I'm commentating or something, you could do it. But what I wouldn't do is have the chat showing like this. So I would probably end up taking this, and I don't have the right keyboard. I'm on a Mac, but I got a Windows keyboard. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. So I would do something like this to get rid of the chat. Probably do something like this, bring it more centered, bring me up, maybe even make me bigger. I don't need this corner one here, so I can get rid of that. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing this. Nothing wrong at all, to the best of my knowledge. Now, not only that, but if I don't think I could do it now because I'm already live. If I set it up to have guests, I could just send you a link. You could pop up right next to me, and I'll just have me here, your camera here, and we could be watching them. I mean, I don't see how that could be a problem. The only problem would be if Janice saw this and she complained. If she reported it saying, "Hey, that's me. That's my likeness." She could kind of like claim it like a copyright thing. You know, you're showing my likeness, yada yada yada. So you're allowed to complain to the best of my knowledge. But if no one ever complains, YouTube ain't gonna do nothing about it. So it all depends. It all depends. But there's a lot of stuff people are gonna do. People are constantly putting other people's videos and clips and all that stuff. Oh no, 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 no. Let me give you an idea of what I have going on here. Did that not work? Oh, wrong button. This button. So you should be able to see what I'm dealing with now. So this is software specifically designed for Mac. That's why I bought a Mac to play with it, and I fell in love with it. So this is Ecamm Live. So this is similar to what's that other one? There's one that's PC only. This one's Mac only. So I got my scenes here, I got my overlays here, I got my audio here. I got some bandwidth statistics here to just keep an eye on things. Got the chat over here, so I could even ban you guys from here. I could add you to the live. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff. This even has a Zoom integration now. So like if everyone just jumped on Zoom and I brought you into this, I could literally pick like 8 people out of Zoom and throw them on the actual live. So I mean, there's a lot. I mean, they got some sound effects, but I never mess with the sound effects. I don't even think I have that open. Here it is. So here's like the sound effects. So I could play a little, triangle. I used to have custom sound effects of like my own recorded voice saying stuff, like breaking news. Not really. But yeah, it's called Ecamm Live. and it's Mac only. But I like it. Now, the good news is they don't limit how many computers you can put it on. So, like, I own 3, 4 Macs. I have the software on all 3, 4 Macs. I don't pay extra for that. So they're pretty laid back. They're pretty cool. I actually met them in Boston. They had an event last year, the previous year, and they had the event again this year. I didn't go. Well, I'm messing up my years because we're in January now. They had their second event last year, and then they had their first the year before that, and it was called Creator Camp. I went to the first. Well, not which camera. I went to their first one, and got the mug and everything. But yeah, they're a real cool company. I like the company. I respect the company, and they're pretty cool about things. So they don't say anything. They actually say it's okay themselves that you could add the software to as many computers as long as you own them. They want you to kind of like at least respect that. So as long as I own the 2 or 3 Macs, they're part of me and my production and my setup. They're cool with it. Some companies will be like, you have to buy another license per device or something like that, which software is already kind of pricey. I mean, it's worth it if you're going to utilize all of it. But, most people are not going to pay the $300-400 a year for the software. Me, I do a lot with this stuff. I mean, I create training videos and everything for work utilizing this equipment. So I think it's cool. I could work with OBS, but OBS to me is a lot harder to work with. And depending on the features you want, you have to build it. Like you have to add it. This has everything built in, even NDI. I mean, I could bring in 3, 4 more cameras wirelessly, just NDI. Matter of fact, when we go to the camera of the Lion, that's a totally different room in my house, wireless. I'm bringing that in through the network. So I think it's the next camera. This next camera that comes up, that's actually a camera in my bedroom wirelessly streaming my Lion. So it's real good software. It's real good software. And in multi-stream. So I'm on Facebook too. So just with the one computer in this software, this exact same live is on Facebook and YouTube. And I could do as many sites as my computer and internet could handle to the best of my knowledge. I think the most I've done is 4 or 6 different sites. So I did I think 2 YouTubes, 2 Facebooks, Twitch. I don't remember where else. As far as your network could go. So let's say when I'm in the Philippines and I'm on my land, as long as I have enough access points to extend the Wi-Fi connection throughout the entire property, I could put the camera anywhere on the land. The limitation of the distance is based on your network connection. So as long as the camera is on your, and I'm just going to say Wi-Fi to make it easier. As long as the camera's on your Wi-Fi, you could bring it in. So there is no limitation on distance. Now here's the craziest part, and this is one I want to try to work out. It's not as easy, I think. Imagine you having a VPN. So let's say I'm in the Philippines and I have a site-to-site VPN set up to my house here. What if I could connect to my cameras that are here, even though I'm in the Philippines? I'm pretty sure there's more to it than just the site-to-site VPN. I did it once, but I think I was messing around with like OBS and the NDI tools or something, and it was real confusing. But I was able to bring in a computer that was at the office like 30 miles away. And I used OBS on that computer to display like some fireworks stuff and everything. And I was able to bring it into my production. Now, here's the other thing. This has an not internet, interview mode. So right now, hey, what's going on, Stuart? Right now, I could like produce a link, send you guys a link. You click on it. You could be on your phone. You could be on your computer. And I could bring you in. Now, I know some of the girls are doing that split screen with YouTube, but you have to be on YouTube. This has nothing to do with YouTube or anything. Literally, you click on a link, you put your username or whatever you want to be displayed, and I bring you up and I just make a little square for you. But I'm pretty sure utilizing VPN, and I am going to try to set up a site-to-site VPN because I use Unified Equipment and they got that Unified Magic or whatever it's called. But I'm pretty sure if I was to set up a site-to-site VPN and do it properly, I could probably still connect to my cameras here. There you go. There you go. So the same way you're doing that, Drexler. See, I gotta shorten these. Oh, I think I shortened it only on one camera. Ah, that's a pain in the butt. But yeah, so the way you're doing that to access your cameras and everything will probably be the same thing with this. So if you had a camera set up here, you know, at your house, and you were out of the state or country, you would still be able to grab them, I believe. What I did is I actually just remote controlled into my other computer. So like when I was in Boston, I remote controlled here to accept my like link. No, I think I did it auto. So what I did was I copied the link for me to join like a guest, but I configured my computer here to do like the whole production because I had better internet here. So all I was doing was sending my camera feed as like an interview. And then I made that interview the full screen. And then I used my Mac that was here to do all the graphics and everything. So you could actually use your phone and just use the link as like you're coming in as a guest. But then once you come into the computer here, you could customize it and everything. So there's a lot you could do. I mean, even right now, perfect example. Let's say Marianne wanted to do a 2-camera interview with one of her friends or whatever. I give her and her friend the link. I bring them into my production. I could put QR codes. I could put everything. I could put both of them. I could remove my camera, set up the audio and everything, and I could multi-stream that for them. But I would need to have access to their like YouTube, Facebook, that kind of thing. So it gets tricky. But I think if you're a manager on YouTube, you could stream to their YouTube. So at least you'll be able to do it like to the YouTube easily. You just link their account. I mean, there's so much you could do. There's people that do so much with this software. I barely scratch the surface. And I mean, right now, Stuart's actually on Facebook. So I see the chat from both on my computer. I don't need to have a phone, like 2 phones. This is YouTube. This is Facebook. Read this chat. Read this chat. You guys don't see each other, but I see everyone from Facebook and YouTube in one chat. So let me show you real quick. So if you look here, you got the little YouTube symbol. This one's got the Facebook symbol. So one box, I actually see all the chat. And this is my screen, like my what is this, 20 something inch screen. So you could actually set up a monitor, point it at, let's say, them. You could control everything on the computer behind them, and they could see the chat. You could even put a full like picture of this where they can see what everything looks like and everything. So I mean, there's it's production software. There's so much you could do with this. I'm so basic with this software. Seriously. So even when I'm not in my house, I sometimes still use this computer. Yeah. So when I was in Boston, sometimes I was actually linking to the computer I have here. What's going on? La la. To actually do like the production. I was trying to shorten it, bring it back down. It keeps changing. All right. I'm going to fix this because it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, that one is fine. I keep rotating cameras and it's making me mad. All right. And I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but again, I don't play with the software as much. Yeah. Okay. And one more. All right, that one's fine. Okay. Let's go back to that. Well, the one I'm using as a modified version, it's what I'm considering like the Philippines version or something. And a lot of the people I've met in the Philippines, I threw up like their channels. I'm like trying to advertise other people's channels and events on a Filipino page, but I really don't use it that much. Oh, that's what I used. I have an iPhone and I just used a creator on my iPhone. So it's an app that I have. Let me see. QR bot. Well, now I gotta wait for the right camera. Hold on. So you just put the URL on the app and it creates the QR code for you, and then you could just send it to your computer and you could throw it in Ecamm. And what I like about the app too is it saves them. So if I open it up and I go to my QR codes, it actually has the QR codes I already made listed. I think I have one for you, but I don't know if that was for your calendar or for something else. But one of them I think had your name on here. Oh, I made a QR code for the Wi-Fi. So like if you scan it, I think it automatically adds your phone to the Wi-Fi. So that's what the other QR codes. So I got two QR codes that were for Wi-Fi. New phone, and then one links to a video that I made for work, and then one's the website. It's an app. I don't think it's a website. It's an app. Oh yeah, it's free. So if you have an iPhone, just open up the Apple Store and put in their QR bot. But yeah, no, yeah, it's free. There's a lot of QR code generators, but I like to do it on the phone because you just make it real quick and then save it to your pictures, and then you could airdrop it to your computer. So I added a few more pages to my Play website here. It's a real website, but I added a few more pages to it because I'm gonna probably try to help a friend make a website real quick. She does flowers. Lala, this is the one I messaged you about. I never heard back from you. I was hoping you guys could do a collaboration. She does flowers out of some kind of ribbon thing. So she makes roses and she sells them. And she makes different colors, so like purple and all that stuff. She's on the website. I keep pointing the wrong way. Do I need to reverse my camera for this to work? I think I got to reverse my camera. This is driving me nuts. I got too many cameras for it. Oh, she never messaged you. Oh, okay. I I I I I didn't know you like try to contact her directly or anything. I don't even remember all the stuff I did. Oh, real flowers. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, with Valentine's coming up. So she's getting a number of orders right now. A lot of her recent videos or her lives are her like making the flowers and everything. So it's interesting to watch her make the flowers. And she does some customizing too. And I think they're real nice where not only are the roses different colors, she'll use different color ribbon in the rose. One rose itself could be two different colors. So she's been making real nice ones. I will be in Cebu on the 12th. So the 12th of February, I land in Cebu, and I'm just jumping in a rental car and going straight to the hotel and going to sleep. But after the 12th, I don't have anything planned until I think the week of the 17th, because the company for the visa is going to try to schedule my physical and some of my other stuff for the visa that first week. So the 13th, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be busy on the 14th. It's Valentine's. But, the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, I'm just going to be whatever. I don't know. There's a place, Lala, believe it or not. I'll talk to you about this in details. Maybe you could look at them and get some information. There's a place I want to look into that's in Manila. I think they said they're across the street from one of the malls. Um, I'll send you some of the information because if I could get a chance to run over to Manila for a few days, I want to check that place out and see what the total cost would be. Uh, but I'll send you some details and information. Oh, don't make me nervous now. uh, See, I don't pay attention to none of these things. I don't. I really don't. Well, the good news is the hotel has breakfast, so. But I'll send you some information and details. I'm just very, very curious to see if it's something I could do and deal with and hopefully get done, depending on the total cost. But I found it very interesting when I found that company. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on that. I originally was going to go towards the end of February. Something came up. I thought it would be nice to be there early. That didn't work out. So now I'm basically stuck in the Philippines for Valentine's. So, la, there's too many of them. there's, there's too many of them that I chat with online. The only way I'll be able to do that is like send like one flower each or something. Because well, I'm assuming a lot of the people I met over there are going to be with their partners, and the ones that are single are probably not going to want to hang out with a bunch of other single people. I mean, I don't know. One flower stem is okay. Yeah, I'll see about that. 'Cause that's still what 7, 8. I gotta even look 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 to 15, maybe. I'll look into it. I wasn't even thinking about that. And then I don't know if it's a Cebu thing or Philippine thing. But is there some other thing going on in February? I think I mentioned this already. I don't know if it's some kind of festival or something. I know there's something in Cebu going on later this month, but I think that's a Cebu thing. But I think next month is also something else, and they said it's going to be pretty crowded. Oh no, I'll just have Joe make flowers. Personally, if they don't like you know made flowers over real flowers, I'm not worried about it. A flower festival. Drexler. Singles Valentine's party. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I was there last time in February, but I didn't stay that long. I think I was only there 3 weeks. This time is going to be 2 months minimum. I think 2 to 3. Yeah. Well, the hotel has air conditioning, and my studio apartment has air conditioning. I'll just make sure I have a towel with me when I walk around. Have a couple hand towels. Yeah. It'll be interesting because I'm gonna not a lot, but I'm gonna move around a little bit. Oh, you had the worst when I left. I remember you saying that. You had the worst when I left. Oh no, yeah. Yeah. Definitely gonna be where there's AC. I'm not taking the chance of heat stroke or worse. But I know for a fact the studio apartment that I have, I put air conditioning in there already. Um, the hotel I'm going to be staying at has air conditioning and a swimming pool and everything. So I'm going to be hitting the gym a little bit just to get a little bit of a workout. I need to build my endurance for all the walking because I know I'm going to be walking a lot. And I'll be hitting the swimming pool. But I wasn't really thinking too much about the crowd. It being Valentine's, I should have probably thought that out. But yeah, all the time I'm in Cebu, I'm probably just gonna walk. Even though I had the rental car, I'm probably gonna walk. Unless I go from Cebu to Toledo or something, I'm probably not gonna really use the car much. Two things I didn't take in consideration are the toll roads and gas. Because I know you said you were confused in the US when you would have to gas up the car. I'm going to be confused in the Philippines when I go to gas up the car because I'm so used to getting out of the car and grabbing the pump. I have to be careful because I think in the Philippines they pump the gas for you, right? So the car is going to be a little confusing for me. But I'm pretty sure I'll handle it. I'll be fine. Yeah, that's what I remember with you. Yeah, I remember when we were going to get gas, they did it for you and stuff. That's what I'm gonna have to keep in mind because I'm used to getting out of the car, grabbing the pump and everything. Like, okay. Oh, I hope the car is not diesel. I don't know anything about diesel, but here in the winter, diesel is not that great. But you guys are always warm, so it's probably not a problem. To get to the other islands, I don't know. But I know when I was in Manila with my friend Lala, Mommy Guide, depending on where we went or certain roads, there was a toll. But as far as going from island to island, I think you have to take like a ferry if you don't fly to the other island. I think it's a ferry. Like you got to go on boat. And I believe they have some like if you got scooters and stuff, you could like drive the scooter onto the ferry and then you ride with your scooter, both on the ferry, and then when you get to the other island, you just take the scooter off. I don't know if they do it with cars, but I know they do it with scooters. But if I go to any other islands, I'm probably gonna fly. So like when I go to Manila, I just gotta know like I gotta plan what days and all that stuff because I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna be working the Philippines too. So chances are February is my only 100% free time. Once I hit March, I'm only gonna have like the weekend or the equivalent of the weekend in the U.S. because I'm gonna be working. I would have to see. I mean, I know Mary Ann is going to be spending a lot of time in Cebu. I just don't know when. So once Mary Ann and Josh are in Cebu, we probably could travel together. But I don't know when they're going to be going to Cebu. Oh no, I have my job. I work. I work here in the U.S. I'm in IT, but I made a agreement with my job that since I'm working on my visa, I'm going to be there longer than my vacation time if it's okay for me to work remotely. Um, and they agreed. And I told them this is something I'm going to want to do every year where maybe around winter, rather than spending winter here in Chicago, I'm going to fly to the Philippines and I'll work from there. So this trip is a test to see how well I could keep up my work being out of the country. So if I could keep up my work and everything works out good, then pretty much every year I'm going to take my vacation plus stay additional time and just work remotely. Because for right now, my plan is to try to spend, at least 3 to 4 months every year in the Philippines. Hopefully through winter and Christmas and stuff because it's just too cold over here. Maybe not Christmas and stuff. Maybe like now, like I'm doing now, like maybe January, like January, February, March, or maybe even December. December, January, February, March, and then go back. Because the summers in the Philippines would probably really mess me up too. I think I could probably handle maybe like February, March. We'll see. It's all a test. It's all a test. But no, I currently have a job. I'm not going to be working for a Philippine company or something like that. I'm just going to be working remotely from the company I'm already with. You're talking about the ferries or the boats? Yeah, I've heard of them. But most of the people I know, they all got scooters, so they really don't talk about cars. But I would assume there are some people that would want to go from like island to island with the cars. Me, I'm not going to do that. It's a rental car. I'm not going to take it out of Cebu. And I'm only going to have it for February. So after February, I got to turn the car back in. If it depends, I feel like I need it or I'm going to use it. or I could have used it a lot, I might try to re-rent a car. Uh, but I only have it for February. Plus, the cars ain't that cheap. But I thought I was going to do a lot more traveling than I am, so I figured I'd rent the car. And since I already rented it, I'm not going to cancel it. It's still coming interesting. So I mean, if I could work it out and everything goes good, my job's going to allow me to travel back and forth, and the visa is going to allow me to travel back and forth with less hassle. Which right now I have to deal with the police clearance because they messed me up. They sent me the police clearance without being notarized. I told them I needed it notarized. So, and I mean, as far as internet, if that's what you're talking about, as far as internet, I'm not too concerned right now because I do have my Starlink that I'm going to be taking with me. So, worst comes to worst, I have Starlink as a backup. I know the hotel has internet. I know Marianne has internet. I'll probably just connect to hers. But I'm gonna be carrying my Starlink in my bag in case I go, to certain areas like that's outdoors. And if it doesn't seem like their Wi-Fi is that good, I'll just take out my satellite, hook it up real quick. I have a power bank that I could plug it into. It'll at least last maybe 2 hours. So, and and my SIM card is gonna be set up with a company that roams. So whether it's Globe or Smart or whatever, it's probably just going to jump to whichever one's the best one. A pocket Wi-Fi. Yeah, I would have to like know where to even get one and all that stuff. Now, I am gonna probably be getting a cheap Filipino phone there or something because I need for some of the stuff I want to do. I'm gonna need a Philippine number, and I don't really want it to be a temporary number. So I got to figure out how I'm gonna do that. Because I know if I just get some SIM card and use it for the 2 3 months and I don't use it again, I'll lose that number. So I have to figure something out. Oh, Lala. It's a small satellite. It literally fits in my backpack. Trust me, I'm gonna be carrying the satellite. It's as big as my laptop. It's not gonna be a problem to carry that around. Yeah, and I'm actually surprised about that because I know in the other locations, I guess because they're that close, but I notice in other locations it doesn't really penetrate that well. Well, I might not need a local phone, but I probably am gonna need a local number for, like I said, for some things I'm gonna be doing. Well, I mean, I would need probably a Philippine SIM card, and I don't like the idea of pulling my SIM card out because I will lose it. I'd rather just get a cheap phone because I don't want to mess with pulling a SIM card in and out of my phone. And my phone is going to be strictly data. I'm not going to be able to use it for phone calls much. Yeah, but that might interfere with my eSIM card because I have to make sure I'm using my eSIM on my phone. I could probably do that. I could probably do that. Um, I'm pretty sure they're compatible. But I know my other iPhones are dead. I think I have an Android somewhere around. I'll check. Don't buy anymore. Don't buy iPhones anymore. I don't buy phones like every year. My iPhone, I think I got the 12. My iPhone 12 is fine. The one I had before that, I think was a cheap Android, or was it the iPhone 5? Can't even remember. I think I got a 5 laying around somewhere, but the battery's dead now. But we shall see. Oh, I don't have echo cancellation on. I don't need echo cancellation. I'll just mute sound effects for right now. Yeah, we'll see. And I'm probably not going to take a lot of gear like I did last time. I will need to make sure I bring my company computer and then my personal computer. There's no way I'm going to survive without my computers. But other than the 2 computers, maybe 2 or 3 cameras, and that should be fine. I don't think I'm going to bring the mixer and all that stuff. And I'll probably just use the Rode Wireless Go microphones. They're small and compact. And I probably should play around with this camera again because I haven't used this one in a while. And I know it's a nice little camera. I just haven't played with it for a minute. Should connect it and check if it's got updates and clean it up. But it's a nice little camera. And we'll see if the Mevos don't glitch this time, but I still got my Mevos. Still got my Mevos that I could bring. As long as they're small cameras, I could fit them. Really? That sounds weird. Huh. Have you been updating them? Because if you're not plugging them in and updating them, they could probably glitch out. They kept acting weird when I was using them in Boracay with my friend Lala. She had an event in Boracay last year, and they would like the lights would start flashing and stuff, and they would I think, were they freezing up? They were like disconnecting because I was using them wirelessly. Yeah, I know you. That's what I was asking. Did you update them? I know you and updating. But yeah, you might have to update the app on your computer first and then update the microphones. You always want to make sure you update your microphones and your tech. Come on, Lala. Update. Oh, I won't be surprised if I get to the Philippines and everybody starts bringing me their computers and all that stuff and say, so how do you update this? I'm sure we'll spend some time updating stuff. I'm expecting it when I get there. Not just you, a few people. Did you restore it already? Did you get that cleaned up? Because I know your mini was real bad with storage. Your Mac Mini was real bad with storage. What? Ooh. Yeah, you got to be careful. When you start using almost 100% of your storage and everything, you gotta be careful with the computers. Never recommend you max out your storage. That's that's a no bueno. That is a no bueno. Really? Oh, hopefully it didn't cost that much because honestly, you could have just bought another computer. I mean, the Mac Minis are the more affordable of the Macs, in my opinion. So you're probably getting close to needing an upgraded Mac Mini, anyways. Just saying. You just got it back yesterday. Wow. Well, it's nice to know that you could get them. You could get them fixed. I'm assuming it was some kind of Apple store or something because I know Apple's real weird about people working on their computers. There's always been an issue with trying to work on Apple computers. They have a lot of this stuff locked down. But yeah, you gotta keep up that basic maintenance. Got to keep up that basic maintenance, man. And we got a new operating system too. So I'm assuming you probably haven't upgraded it to a newer operating system either. So we might have a few things to do when I get there. Because what is it called? The new one now? I keep forgetting Sonoma or something. Let me take a quick look at my computer. Because I think mine is, I updated already. I can't even pronounce that. Sequoia? What? What? I can't even pronounce that. Let me see. Sequoia. Whatever that means. Yeah, that one. If those are not on your Macs by now, we might have to do that. Just saying, because you have the Mac Mini, and I think you have the two laptops. Was it two? I think it's two. Because I know you were having problems with the all-in-one. I think that one was different. But yeah, all your Macs should be on that one by now. I'm still on Ventura. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Yeah. Yeah, I think you should. I think you should be upgrading. It's okay. We'll be there soon. But yeah, I have to figure out February. After February, there's not much I could do. I'll be working, but I got to figure out February. That way I maximize my time and not just stay in the hotel all month. Because that would be boring. That would be boring if all I did was stay in the hotel the entire February. Oh, what happened to the video in the chat room? I actually have a chat going, somebody else's channel. Not really modding. They got enough mods, but I'm just listening. But their video just took a dump. Oh, there we go. We're back. Yeah, but they also have a lot of stuff going on, and with it being Valentine's, who knows? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm pretty sure not all of them are single. They're just not publicly announcing it, so they're probably gonna be with their boyfriends or something like that too for Valentine's. Me changing the flight date ended up being a bigger mistake than I thought it would be. 'Cause it probably would have been better to just leave it on the 21st and not be, not worry about having to deal with Valentine's and all that stuff. I ain't gonna change it again, and plus it's in a few weeks, so I'm not gonna bother. Paid a little extra to have it changed too, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'll figure things out, but I definitely want to end up trying to get all the visa stuff done in February. Hopefully, have enough time in February, probably to fly out to Manila, visit with you and the family, and then check out that business that I was talking about. What's going on, Daniel Emmons? I'm gonna pop that up there. Oh wait, every time my camera changes, it moves. I think there's a different way of doing that. I don't know. Why don't that's probably a Lala question. Why don't these travel from camera to camera? Or is that normal? I think that's normal if you're constantly changing cameras and stuff. Scenes, I should say. I don't think comments are set up to be in all scenes. But I should be good. I mean, I'm gonna be in the heart of Cebu, so there's a lot of stuff I could walk to and go to. And then later on, I'll probably have to extend the car a little bit. But later on, once I get to Toledo, unless I have to drive back to Cebu, I'm probably just gonna be walking most of the time. I'm not planning on doing a lot of driving. I just don't want to deal with distance and public transportation. So when I'm in Cebu, I'm probably gonna stick around that neighborhood. When I go to Toledo, probably gonna stick around that neighborhood. It's the traveling from Cebu and Toledo and back and forth. That's a distance. I rather use the car. That's where I'm gonna utilize the car probably the most. And like I said, I had originally planned to do a little more driving, but again, it's a decent sized vehicle unless they mess me up with the car. And with Marianne and Josh in the city, if they need to do some traveling, I'll probably just, if they're cool with it, I'll probably just go with them and drive them. Because I know she wants to be in Cebu for when she goes into labor and has the baby. And then we're going to probably try to plan at least one party once the baby's born. So that should be cool. Oh, no, yeah. No, pretty much what I'm going to be doing in Cebu, I'm probably just going to walk because there's there's things around the hotel, there's things in the hotel. I think the hotel is literally like walking distance from the mall. So I'll probably just hang out at the mall sometimes, have a coffee and stuff. Um, yeah. Like I said, most of the drive is going to be me going from like out of the city, distance, distance driving. Because I originally was planning on driving to like three different towns or cities or something, but now it's back down to two. But who knows? That I might see if I could do, but it might be not in February, maybe like March or April. She hasn't really been doing a lot of lives. I haven't really been in touch with her recently because I know she was sick for a while and she stopped doing lives. So I kind of like haven't noticed her like going live a lot. And sometimes when she does go live, there's like 10 other people live, so it's kind of hard to keep jumping back and forth. But there is at least one place in Dumaguete I want to visit because I gotta check it out. I think it's called the Hideaway. They're advertising Chicago style pizza, and I know it's ridiculous to fly 18,000 miles to eat pizza, but I'm so curious to try pizza in the Philippines that they're saying is Chicago style deep dish pizza. I just gotta check it out. So I'm gonna probably try to do like a weekend. Like as soon as I get off work, go to sleep, fly out the next day to Dumaguete, try to meet up with her, probably take her and her kids to eat pizza. That way, we could hang out for a little bit and I could eat pizza. And then probably spend the night and then fly back. Because I know she's real busy with the business and the kids and all that stuff. So I don't wanna bother her too much. But it would be nice to visit her, at least go out to eat real quick and I fly back to Cebu. Most of all the stuff I'm going to be working with or dealing with is in the Cebu area, and I don't know how involved the visa stuff is going to be. So, if they turn around and say, at any time they're going to call me and I need to go in for an interview, then it's going to make it hard for me to jump islands. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be running into when I'm there, but I gotta figure all that stuff out before I try to fly out anywhere because the last thing I need is to be in Dumaguete for the weekend and then they turn around and say, "Well, you need an interview or something." Oh yeah, no, 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 no. I mean, if you think about it, one person with a family that's got a business and everything that's in Dumaguete, and 10 to 15 people that are in Cebu, there'd be more people to socialize and stuff with in Cebu. Not that I plan to spend that much time with other people, but if I need some help with something, I'd rather be able to get help from 10 to 15 people. That way, if people are busy, I could just keep going down the list than one person. And it gives me a chance to check out Cebu and around Cebu, and hopefully I do get to Dumaguete, spend a couple days in Dumaguete, because I know Valencia. My understanding is with Valencia, their weather's not as hot. They're more like going not mountains, but they're like higher elevation and stuff. Because eventually, I'm gonna need to figure out where I'm gonna move to when I retire. So, well, that's why I don't want to spend too much time actually in Cebu. But all the visa stuff that I'm gonna be doing is actually in Cebu. So hopefully, once all the visa stuff done, the only time I'm probably gonna be in Cebu is when we go to the mall or something. But we'll see. And who knows? Even though I keep complaining I don't want to be in the city, it it might be better for me to be in the city than too far out. Because I mean, even locals are saying that in the city you're closer to the hospitals and all that stuff in case of an emergency and yada yada yada. And that's another thing. Speaking about that, I need to look into health insurance for the time I'm there. That's what I heard. I've had people more than one person telling me to make sure I got some type of health insurance or something for when I'm there. Because apparently, I mean, not that I want to deal with public hospitals here, But apparently, probably not a good idea for me to deal with like the public hospitals in the Philippines either. But public hospitals here are insane. I mean, one time I was waiting for like 8 hours. They never even took care of me. I had to come back the next day. It was ridiculous. So I still need to settle the police clearance, which I'm so upset because they told me call them, give them the number. They're going to send me a notarized copy, and the copy is not notarized. All they did was print it. I could have printed it myself. I already had a digital copy. What did I pay them for if all they did was print it and send it to me in the mail without being notarized or signed or anything? It's so aggravating. So I'm going to have to call the state police on Monday, find out if I go into their office in downtown, will they be able to help me? And then from there, go to the wherever office I need to go to get a apostilled or whatever it's called, and just get that over with. I might have to take off work half a day or a full day just to get this done. And I mean, I'm so upset right now because I thought I was getting a notarized copy, and all they did was print it, and they charged me for it. All they did was print it. It's got to have a notary on it, Lala. That's the thing. They specifically said that it had to be signed by the officer that did my check, my background check, and it has to be notarized. It's stamped with a notary and a signature and everything from notary. There's no signatures on this thing or nothing. Unless they're explaining things to me wrong or I'm understanding things wrong, but I believe that was it. And I mean, even when I Google it, I think it says that it needs to be notarized by the person that does the background check, and then you have to get it apostilled. It's I'll find out because once I call the State Department, and if they say if I go in there in person, they'll take care of it. I'll find out. I don't even know what that means, Lala. If that red ribbon thing means the apostille or whatever it is, then yeah. But basically, not only am I supposed to have the background check, have it signed from the person that did the background check and notarized, I'm supposed to get it, and I keep pronouncing it wrong, apostilled, which basically means that it's an official like document for me to use in another country. And I'm supposed to actually tell them that it's for the Philippines and everything, because I guess it's a certain stamp or whatever they have to use in order to make it like official or whatever for me to use in the Philippines. So right, right. So that there's two things: the signature and the notification, the signature and the notary signature and stamp, plus the having it certified um, that it's valid for me to use it in the Philippines. So all they did was print it. I could have printed it right here off of my own computer because as soon as I got the results of my background, I had a digital copy. I could have printed it myself. And I mean, it is possible it's a special paper, but the fact that they didn't sign it and stamp it with anything, I'm 100% sure it's not valid. So if the state police say I could just go into the office and they'll run my background again and I have to pay again and then they'll stamp it and all that stuff, then I'll have it done again. And hopefully they could do it all right there and then. If they say that they just need to run it and if it's good, they'll just sign the one that I have. As long as they sign it and notarize it, I'm good. And then I could take it to the other department and get it certified. It's just it was being so difficult at first, then I thought I had it figured out, and now it's being difficult again. So either the people I was dealing with didn't understand what I needed, or they forgot to actually stamp it and notarize it, which either way, it's a pain in the butt. But I just have to deal with it. Oh, wow. My room must be getting super dark now because I can't even see the line hardly. I could barely see the line that time. But I want to make sure that's done and I take it with me because I don't want to have any problems. But I believe in the letter, they said that I still could do it even after I come back to the US. I got like a month or two or something. But still, I prefer to get it all taken care of and travel with the documents and hand it to them than to have to wait until I come back and deal with it. But because the departments only open certain hours and certain days, I have to do it during work. So depending on how long it takes, that's going to be a half a day of work just to get these papers now. Which it would have been faster if I only had to deal with one office and not two. It's a pain. And there's really not any good information, I feel, anywhere online to explain the process. You would think so many people actually do this that there will be something properly documented and how to do it. But I feel I'm going to have to drive all the way into Chicago, go in person to the, state police department, have them run my background, and hopefully they got a notary on site and everything that could stamp it and just get over it. So I'm going to call on Monday and probably schedule to go there on Wednesday. Because the longer I delay, if they say they have to send stuff in the mail, it's just going to take longer and longer and longer. It's going to be harder for me to do. I'd rather just drive into the city and deal with it in person. We will see. All right. Well, I am going to take off. I can't even see the lion anymore. Let me just turn the jumping around off. And just go to the main camera here. So I'm going to take off. I'm going to do a couple of things and I'm going to get back online. See who's live, who's not live. But next week, I need to finalize these documents because I'm flying out early February. I mean, it's the second week of February I'm going to be flying out. So need to get things done. All right, everyone. That is going to be it for today. Am I? Last time I checked, I think it was 700 and something. I don't really pay that much attention to it. I'm trying to do more lives, so that's why I use the cell phone and everything. But the watch hours are barely moving at all, so The subs are going faster than the watch hours. It is what it is. Maybe in the Philippines, if I stream a lot, numbers will get better. Who knows? All right, everyone. Laters. Bye. Hand, purple, blue, peace, face, blue, question mark. What? All right. All right. Bye-bye.